So Dennis, let's go through that. Let's go through the doer-upper. So people that, can I give an example again? Is that okay? I think it's probably the best for people because of the examples I get. One I got recently was somebody was buying a house in Rings End that was there for the last 30 years vacant. Was in smithereens, no stairs, red brick terrace. I think the final valuation was 500 grand, but they were buying it for 300 grand. Now, again, not many banks will do this. Loads of banks will only give you the 10% of the 300 grand, and then you have to find the 200 grand to do it up yourself. But you guys are different again in this space. So talk me through what you guys would do.
Yeah, we have a lot of these. Yeah, a lot of people who see a lot of value in property, especially around Dublin. A lot of old stuff coming on the market from people who have passed on. So we do. It kind of falls into that self-build category. Same kind of terms, conditions. We'll do 90% of the original purchase price. Okay, so your 270 loan on a 300,000 property, and then we'll draw down in stages. Architect, builders, certificates, draw down the stages.
Up to the 500 grand.
Yes, correct. So you would need your approval based on a 500,000 mortgage. So you do need your approval.
Deposit based on 500 rather than 300.
Correct. Yes, you need your 10% of the final cost. Yeah.
Okay, great.
And it's drawn down the stages of the work done.
So sorry, Dennis, I'll keep jumping across your apologies, but just my own brain, I tried to work it out for people because I know how the questions come in.
Yeah.
That 500, the house is 300 grand. I know it's worth 500 grand. I've got an architect to say, do it up, send it, whatever you're going to do, be worth 500k. I need a 50 grand deposit. And I also need to be able to qualify then for the 450 grand mortgage on my 3.5s rather than the 2.
Correct.
Or the 270, sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of people get tricked up.
Yeah, you need to have that you're getting a mortgage, you're getting a 500,000 property, although it's only starting at a 300,000. So it can be done, but you need to work back from the final mortgage amount. So more tricky, more headaches again. It's similar issues that arise with self-build, with overruns and different costs of finding more damage. And again, it's going to come down to the costings as well. You need to be really clear and get good people in to say, well, we can do it for 70,000 or it's going to take 150,000. That's really, a lot of people go, they have a friend who works on site and they say, well, we do something for 100 grand, and that's not actually the case then when they go. Costs have risen quite dramatically in the last 12 months now on building.
Well, in fairness for builders, they're getting a lot of work on the back and they have a backlog as well. It's actually hard to, in fairness, probably get builders in today's marketplace, and they're obviously more expensive than they were during the last downturn. So there's just to say, in relation to those kind of self-builds and new builds, I get this a bit as well, where I'm a carpenter, say, and I'm dab hand, I want to do a lot of the work myself. How does that work? You just still need to get a certificate or get a builder quotation, a proper one in. But you can't do it yourself and drive the cost down if you want it once you've been approved and everything goes through. You don't actually have to go with that builder. But what happens on the stage payments then? I need a certificate from somebody still to sign off on each part of the process.
Yeah, so there's two main options. It's a fixed price contract where you get a builder in, you actually sign a legally binding contract and everything's done to that, or what's called direct labour. So you get approved, I'm going to carry out these works, and then you go and you get friends, family, or people who are skilled in that area, and you can reduce down the cost that way. Ultimately, with the direct labour, you do need then sign off from an architect. That's going to be the ultimate. Yeah. So the work is done, and that's fine, and you've cut costs, but it has to be signed off then by a professional body.
Okay, brilliant. So it's doable for people, especially if you're in the trade or you have friends.
Yeah. I think that's what we're seeing with the purchasing of houses, the doer-uppers. They do tend to be purchased by someone who is skilled in that area or has good contacts in that area and can take on projects like that. If you're going in maybe greenhorn and not experienced in that area, they're much more difficult.
Yeah, okay, yeah, and again, the costs are going to be much more higher because you're probably contracting out to a full contractor, which is obviously going to be expensive compared to if you have skills in that area or family or friends or whatever it is. Okay, excellent. But the big thing for them now, for people, you still need your architect to sign off on those different stages.
Yes.
Without that being done. So you're not going to cut the architect or whatever else. Okay, brilliant. Dennis, this is brilliant. I'm really enjoying this actually because I can see the value that this is adding to people that we obviously have on the from the follow point of view and ask Paul, which is great.